everyone, I'm Shalaka Deshpande. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So our today's topic is memory organization in 8051. Sorry. In the previous lecture, we saw about the program memory, external program memory interfacing to 8051 microcontroller. In this lecture, we are going to see external data memory interfacing to 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So there is a difference between them. So let's get started. See, the 8051 microcontroller, it is having 128 bytes of internal data memory, that is RAM, and it is having 128 bytes of special function register memory. Okay. Now this 128 bytes of a special function register memory cannot be used by user for general purpose applications. Okay. You cannot use it for general purpose applications. Okay. And the address range of 128 bytes of your data memory sorry, the address range of 128 bytes of internal data memory is from 00H to 7FH, and SFR resides from 80H to FFH. These are the address ranges. Okay, so let's get started at the working. You can see here there is a difference in the diagram. This is the data memory instead of program memory. This is data memory. This is external data memory interfacing of with the 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So you can see RD bar and WR bar. These are the control signals for external data memory interfacing. Okay. And these are the active low signal. You can see this RD bar. When you give logic 0 to RD bar, as it is active low, we have to give logic 0. Okay, then the chip is enabled. This chip is enabled, and the contents of data memory can be read by 8051 microcontroller. So data flow is basically from data memory to 8051. Okay, clear? Now, if I want to modify the content of this data memory, to modify the content of data memory, we are having WR bar. Okay, when this we are giving logic 0 to WR bar, when we are giving logic 0 to WR bar, the contents of the data memory, you can modify them, you can write it. Okay, you can change the contents of data memory. Okay, so basically when WR bar is given the active low signal, the data flow is from 8051 to data memory, reverse of the read operation. Okay, so in case of read, data flow is from data memory to 8051, and in case of write operation, the flow of data, we are writing it, we are modifying the contents. So flow is from 8051 to data memory reverse. Okay. Now we saw in the previous lecture that program memory, address of the program memory is holded by program counter register. Okay. So in case of data memory, we will also require one register to hold the address of the data memory. For the data memory, we are having DPTR. I repeat, for program memory, the address is held by program counter, and for data memory, address is held by DPTR, data pointer. So data pointer holds the address of the data memory, okay, which we want to access. And this DPTR data pointer is a 16-bit register divided into two parts. Okay, first is the data pointer low, second is the data pointer high. Okay, so the contents of the data pointer low are lower order address of the data memory, and contents of the DPH, data pointer high, are higher order address of the data memory. Okay, so here you can see the diagram. So basically port 0 holds the content of DPL, that is address A0 to A7. I have explained it in the previous lecture that port 0 is a data address multiplexed bus. Okay, it can be used, port 0 can be used as a data bus, it can be used as an address bus. It is a multiplexed bus. Okay, so basically the address of lower order address, the content of the DPL, is carried by port 0, and when address is latched, this bus is free, so the data transfer can take place in according to the control signals. Okay, read bar and write bar. So data transfer takes place after address latching is over. I have explained the process in the previous video. I request you to watch previous video before watching this video. Okay, right? Now the DPH, data pointer high. The contents of the data pointer high are held by the port 2. So port 2 is having the contents of a data pointer high, that is address A to A15. So in this way, the port 0 and port 2 are used in the data memory also, external data memory access also. Fine. Now you must be wondering what is RD bar and WR bar. Which pins are these? These are the pins. These two are the pins of port 3. Okay, port 3. Fine. Now our next important point in this case is how much data memory 8051 can access. C8051 can access 64 KB of data memory. Okay, and when 8051 is accessing the 64 kilobytes of data memory, the number of port pins, all pins of a port 2 are used. Okay, so there are total 8 pins, so we are using 8 pins of port 2. Okay, and if the data memory size is 32 kilobytes, right here 32 kilobytes, then the pins of a port 2 are reduced. We are using 7 pins of the port 2 for 32 KB data memory. Okay, and if your data memory is 16 KB, when the data memory is 16 KB, we are using 6 lines of a port 2. So in this way, we can reduce the number of lines of a port 2 which we are using to access the data memory. So as the size of memory reduces, number of port pins of a port 2 are also reduced. So we can save the pins of the port 2. Okay. So one more thing which I want to tell you is difference between the data pointer and program counter. See, program counter is used in case of program memory and data pointer is used in case of data memory first. Second thing, contents of a program counter cannot be changed. You cannot change the contents of program counter. Okay, whereas the content of a data pointer, they can be changed. The user can modify them. Okay, user can modify them. So that is difference between the data pointer and the program counter. So that's all about the memory organization of 8051 microcontroller part 2. I hope you have understood the video. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.